top stories on the brief this hour. The president is encouraging Nigerians to understand the reforms embarked upon by his administration. Well, President Bola Tinubu was speaking at his Lagos residence, where he received a delegation of the National Assembly led by the President of the Senate, Senator Govt. He also spoke against the negative attitude, as he described it, by some Nigerians and called on Nigerians to embrace the campaign to change the country's value system.
The need to change the rent-seeking minority to be more productive for this economy is very challenging. You still see smuggling and all of economic sabotage. Why should we not have the country that we embrace a value that charts our course for ownership and service? Why should we have people removing rail tracks and all of that, stealing electric cables, sabotaging we just have to jointly embrace the campaign to change our value system, to really tell our people that the challenge we face is for all of us to change our mindset about our country.
And speaking afterwards, the President of the Senate, Senator Govt, extended his best wishes to Nigerians and congratulated the President on the direction of his administration's policies. So take a listen.
He came to pay the usual solemn homage to the President and Commander-in-Chief. It is normal for the National Assembly to do so to the leadership of the country. And by the grace of God, God has kept him alive to see 1 full year in office and for all Nigerians to see the policy direction of his administration. It's people-centered, and God helping, everything will materialize. That's all we did. And we normally do that in a joint leadership manner. And so both the House of Representatives and the Senate. The Speaker is still in Saudi Arabia, so represented by the Deputy Speaker, the House Leader, and of course I came also with the entire leadership, including the Majority Leader, the Senate Leader. And then we met with the President to pay homage to him.
Well, that's not the only visit to the first family. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo also paid a visit to the wife of the president, Senator Remi Tinubu, in Lagos. A media aide to the president's wife, Busola Kukoyi, said former President Obasanjo came felicitating with the principal on the occasion of Eid al-Kabir celebrations. Now, this visit may have come as a surprise to some following the build-up to the 2023 presidential election, which was won by the former governor of Lagos, Bola Tinubu, where the former president endorsed the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, as his preferred contestant for the poll. Well, President Tinubu had actually visited Chief Obasanjo at his Abeokuta residence, but the former president did not endorse the flag bearer of the APC. Well, President Bola Tinubu is, by the way, scheduled to depart Lagos for Pretoria, South Africa today to attend the inauguration of President Cyril Ramaphosa for his second term in office. The inauguration of President Ramaphosa follows his re-election as president for a second term. The inauguration, according to a statement by the president's advisor, Ajuri Ngalale, will see the president then returning to Nigeria afterwards. For more stories now, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has faulted plans by the federal government to buy new jets for President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima, urging the current government to focus on alleviating the suffering of the people. Part of his post on X reads, with rising insecurity, poverty and hunger and homelessness, this decision highlights the disconnect between the government and the people. It is unacceptable and demands a more compassionate use of resources, prioritizing citizens' welfare. But last week, the House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence asked the federal government to purchase new aircraft for President Tinubu and his vice following its investigation into the status of aircraft in the presidential air fleet. Let's take you to Rivers State, where there's been a political impasse for months now, and this is breaking news just coming in. The Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has directed heads of administration in the 23 local government areas to take over from the elected council chairman whose 3-year tenure elapsed at midnight. Governor Fubara gave the directive in a state broadcast just moments ago, and he says the decision is in line with the provision of the Constitution and the need to ensure peace and order in the state. Now, this statewide broadcast follows what you're seeing now as youth in the 3 local government areas of Kalabari ethnic group occupied their local government secretariats to demand the vacation of the council chairman from office. The local government areas are Degema, Asaritoru and Akukutoru. Well, earlier on, the chairman of Asaritoru and Akukutoru local government councils, who faced a barricade, as you saw there, had expressed their commitment to maintaining peace and ensuring no life is lost amidst the disagreement over the tenure of a local government chairman, which they base on an amendment of the Constitution, or at least the law, by the Martins Ameule group. Addressing journalists jointly at Buguma, the headquarters of Asaritoru Council, the chairman of Akukutoru, Roland Sekibo, stated that the matter is currently before the court. Take a listen. Well, quite a lot happening. Also yesterday, we saw former Niger Delta agitator Asari Dokubo, who is from the ethnic group of governor, advised an elected chairman of 23 local government areas in River State to quietly leave office by midnight. That was yesterday as a 3-year tenure expires. He stated this on the sidelines of a visit by the Muslim community to Governor Fubara at the government house in Port Harcourt. As security continues to be a concern in River State, the Commissioner of Police there, Olatunji Disu, is assuring the people of a state that he and his men will not allow the crisis enveloping the local government councils to lead to a breakdown of the law. CP Disu, who was speaking to pressmen at the police headquarters in the state capital, admitted to being aware of a situation at the different local government areas, but said he expects the different political players to respect the appeal and cease hostilities pending the hearing and determination of their case.
We are aware of the crisis that has to do with the tenure of the local government chairman. We have gotten one court order or the other about it. The Court of Appeal has given an order and for everybody to exercise restraint till 20th of this month, just 3 days. So we expect everybody to respect it, not to take laws into their hands and allow peace to continue as it is. We are not taking it lightly. We are ready to go. Our officers have been on show of force. We have had additional men given to us from the headquarters. Equipment have been serviced. We are ready to go. This is just to assure members of the public that so far as we are concerned, we are ready to do our jobs of protecting lives and properties. And we have tried our best. We have warned anybody who will want to take laws into their hands. I want to use this opportunity to talk to parents, to call their children and talk to them, so that their children will not be used as cannon fodder in this crisis.
Stay with security in another part now. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, says the Nigerian Army has been able to restore peace to troubled parts of the country in the last 1 year. Lieutenant General Lagbaja made the remark during a luncheon with wounded troops under the Joint Task Force Operations Hadin Kai at the Maimalari Barracks in Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State.
As an army, it has been a year of unquantifiable sacrifice in blood and treasure, as we have lost gallant warriors and precious equipment to our ongoing fight against insurgency, terrorism, banditry, secessionist agitations, and oil-related crimes, amongst others.
Wait to see what the final figure for the new minimum wage will be. The Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule says he will pay any amount agreed as the new national minimum wage. He said this when he played host to the members of the State Executive Council for Salah Homage at his residence at Gudi Akwanga local government area. He revealed that he has already begun saving pending the approval of an amount, adding that he is willing to also pay the arrears from the month of May.
When the federal government decided that the effective date for minimum wage will be May, we in Nasarawa State decided that with or without the agreement by the committee, we sat down and say, take certain amount of money and save it towards that. In case it comes out, that's not our money. So we are taking it and we are saving that money. So we thought it will be ready before June so that we will be able also to handle it. So now in the month of June, it's not ready. And luckily for us, based on what we have seen, we are even saving higher because it looks like we are going higher in the amount that they are asking. So we are saving higher. What we are going to do as executive is that the day they agreed that this is the minimum wage, and we also sign off the minimum wage, we want to be among the first states that will pay the arrears of the 2 months or 3 months or so. So it will show the seriousness. And the reason why it's easy for us to do that is because we have saved the money in an account that is not ours. So it's not our money. We have taken the money and kept it aside, and it is actually the money for staff. So that the moment it is agreed, we do that. That's the way we should plan, and that's what we have planned.
Business news now. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, Nigeria Customs Service, and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission have recorded 131% increase in their cost of revenue collection for the first quarter of the year. Well, this analysis, based on the FAC disbursement reports published by the National Bureau of Statistics, shows that these agencies collectively received 214 billion naira in the first quarter, and that's up from 92 billion naira in the same period last year. The FIRS and the NUPRC deduct about 4% of the cost of revenue collection, while the Customs Service receives 7%. And outside the country, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has dissolved his 6-member war cabinet, a widely expected decision that follows the departure of centrist opposition leader Benny Gantz and his ally Gadi Eisenkot. A government spokesman said the pre-existing security cabinet and the larger full cabinet will make decisions about the war with Hamas in Gaza. Well, since Mr. Gantz quit 8 days ago over what he said was the lack of strategy for the wars, there have been calls from far-right ministers to take his place, and essentially Mr. Netanyahu is avoiding a tricky situation with his coalition partners and international allies by dissolving this cabinet. And on to sports, Slovakia caused the first upset at Euro 2024 as Ivan Schranz fired the underdogs to a 1-0 win against Belgium. Francesco Calzone's side are 45 spots below third-place Belgium in FIFA's world rankings, but they made a mockery of the supposed quality gap between the teams with a courageous performance in Frankfurt. Meanwhile, Romania recorded their first victory at the European Championship in 24 years with a stunning 3-0 win over Ukraine in Group E. And Kylian Mbappe produced a moment of magic mixed with good fortune to ensure France's Euro 2024 campaign got off to a winning 1-0 start against a stubborn Austria in Düsseldorf. Well, there you go with the top stories at this hour.